Which one is... Oh, over here. Ah, miss. Alright, in turn. Regeneration ticks. Ow! Chain lightning. Oh my god, my lord just took so much damage. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, they missed twice. Oh my god. Right, first off... Oh, you missed? It's a stationary object! What do you mean you missed? Second wind. Siphon blood. Dominated, but he died. Bone Wyvern. Vow Keeper. Dispel the bleeding off yourself. Got a free skeleton back here. Send it forward. Maddie. Do 5% again. Just ranged weapons do not like that guy. Okay, hit the catapult, which did bleeding on the other two. Do this just for the big heal on our leader. You know what? I could have thrown another tentacle on that turn. Should have. Okay, he heals. They blast. They blast. The catapult fires. Killed one of my free skeletons. The catapult hit us. Catapult hit us. Oh my god, we got their knights. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! Mug, would you say this game is a good starting point for someone who gets overwhelmed by the amount of things to do each turn outside of combat? Yeah, like, in this game, when you're outside of combat and you're on the world map, it says in the bottom right corner, it'll show you everything that you could do. It'll be like, this unit hasn't moved yet. This unit hasn't moved yet. This city is idle and not doing anything. And you can just keep clicking the notifications and issue orders. And like, that's... So yeah, I think it's got a pretty good system for that. Okay, hold on. You are gonna move there. There we go. Okay, fly over there. It's a little dangerous. And... Alright, so we used Vampire Flight to get over there and killed that hero that was really low health. Siphon blood. Do that. Okay, that thing's gone. Oh, it had bloodworms. It exploded, and now they're infected. Yuck. I can cure one of them. Onigur's turn. Alright, those archers are dead. Summon Cynical back here. Okay. I was trying to think of a cute name for my pincushion, but I just keep calling it Voodoo Muck. Stop giving me back pain by stabbing your voodoo cushion. Alright, at this point, let's do that. I think I can probably just roll over them. So I'm gonna do a summon, I'm gonna hit auto. Where's my leader? That's okay. Auto again. I think you just decomposed the dead catapult. I was like, what was that? They got one unit trying to run now. Alright, is that the last one? Yep, alright, cool. And no losses. Marking staff. The hunt is on. Success. With Watorok, the prolific Arcsire, defeated, Griselda approaches you with an ambitious glint in Shi'ai. In Shi'ai? Impressive work, partner, grins Griselda. With this blood we can open the crypt of the Deathless God and do what was long thought impossible. My, how I have dreamed of this moment. And to think, it would happen with a bloody vampire at my side. Ha! She stares off into the distance for a moment, then whispers, Mother would be proud. Griselda looks up at you with an impatient glint in her eye. Your move, partner. That's a shit. Yeah, it's like an old woman. Time to hunt the big game, partner. Before we begin, sighs Griselda, I think it's important that you know what we were up against. You probably don't need to be told what's at stake here, but let me spell it out for you. Urvatog sired the arch-vampires, like Mavalith and Watorok. These in turn sired most elder vampires, like yourself. If Urvatog were to return, all arch-vampires and their spawn would instantly flock to his side. Together they would unleash an unstoppable united front against all of the worlds within. Griselda looks into your eyes with furious determination. Urvatog must be stopped. Go lead the way to the crypt of the Deathless God. Only a vampire can enter it. Let us slay this Deathless God together. Alright. So now we got this city here. And got some options on what to do with it. Thinking probably vassalize it. Well, actually, we get a lot of money if we burn it down. And 1,000 food. I'm gonna burn it. We're gonna burn it. Okay, and let's see, area excavated. There's required. Any other pillaging we can do before all this burns down? Doesn't look like, I guess because the city's been defeated, it doesn't let us pillage. Interesting. This thing is still cooking the war bounds. Didn't I queue up 2 of those? I thought I queued up 2 of those. Huh. Okay, now the question now is, do I need to stay here until this finishes getting destroyed, or can I leave early? Don't currently know. Crossguard can expand. A hero leveled up. Hey Muck, what would you say is the most engaging, fun, and rewarding healer in Guild Wars 2? Oh boy, there's quite a few healers I think are fun. My main, of course, for a long time has been Druid, so I'm drawn to that. Druid has a very large amount of get people off the ground. It's like, you know, avoiding a wipe. You got Spirit of Nature, you got Glyph of the Stars, you got Allies Aid, you got Search and Rescue. Whereas most other supports have like 1 or 2 ways of reviving someone, Druid has like 3 or 4. Barrier healers are also fun. Just constantly doubling the hit points of your party so that they're avoiding how much damage they take in the first place, such as Scourge and Mechanist. In terms of just fun, I think Chrono and Druid, Scourge, Mech, and the new Luminary and Paragon are all pretty enjoyable. Reincarnate. Guess I'll do Reincarnate. You can leave the city, but it has the risk that independent other players could enter and abort the raising. Yeah. Alright. Teleporter infrastructure. And gain casting points whenever something dies in combat. Okay. What is this? Oh, it's my scout that was underground. Alright. Whose city is this? It's a free city. Making peace with them would lose devotion as an oath sworn, because we're sworn to war. Okay. I guess we can keep murdering people. Oh my god, no. Okay, that's not good. Try that again. I was just trying to go mooch some XP with this army and lose half of it. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so this is Boxing Ring the Academic, who has a Chain Lightning type spell. We don't have a bunch of free units in this army like the others. Well, I could summon some tentacles. Oh, slightly out of reach. Oh wow, this does not do an impressive amount of damage. Okay, he's just gonna wait there to try to block that guy. Adder just wanted to play. What's up, Stalling? If you're asking if this is like a sponsored stream or something, no. I have a lot of, I've done a lot of playthroughs of this, but this is my first time trying the Vampire faction. Kill those two. Tentacle to block these guys a bit. Constricted that one, cool. Thanks for the answer. I like my Chrono and Bard, but was looking for something to spice things up, especially when there are supposedly nerfs coming. Can't seem to understand Druid as none of the skills tell me that they give a lack. I don't know why, but I always seem to be on the ground when playing Paragon. Druid gives alacrity by using astral skills. So basically, when you go into astral form, any button will do alacrity around it. And then the 4, in astral form, the 4 and the 5 do pulses around you, like 5 ticks around you, so they provide alacrity 5 times. But the 1, 2, and 3 just fire like 1 application of alacrity. But yeah, it's the trait for Druid alacrity is simply any button in astral form gives alacrity. It's a very small amount because you spam it, but it's like a couple of seconds. As for Paragon, I found Paragon to be very tanky, so I'm not sure why you had that experience. But without seeing how you played, it's hard to say what you did or wrong or right. Greetings all. Hey, Lucas. Okay, there we go. Doing it on manual had no losses. back up. Fey Touch is done. Pledge of Strife. Message received. That's still making units. Alright, end turn. I didn't mean being down, rather being pushed or knocked down, but that seems to be just Tequaddle. Tequaddle? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of knockdowns on Tequaddle. I don't give you back pain with my pincushion. That pain is from you sitting like a scampi 60 hours a week. Like 55 tops. Alright, let's spend 26 gold to rush that. Alright, so I've got a higher tier unit in that army now. Start making another one. Alright, 8 gold to finish that. What's next? Teleporter. Alright, we need to start getting teleporters in our cities. The ones that allow it. Dude, 7 turns for that one? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see, there, almost done. This guy. Start pillaging. Arcane Institute is done. Warbound is done. What is this? Heals units. Start casting Fey Touch. New Empire skill available. Vassals grant 10 gold in tribute. It's not worth the Imperium right now. Mike, do you expect the patch on the 13th to nerf... Wait, what? What is this guy doing? Oh, get back here. To nerf anything you play. Conduits seem to be cowering under the table right now. Conduits. Gosh, I would have to go reread the patch notes. The main thing that's going to affect me is this big change they're doing to Beast Mastery for Ranger, and I'm very curious to try that out and see how it plays. Like, I rolled Ranger to begin with because I like pet classes, and the fact that there was a pet class this game that could be a pet class and a healer at the same time really intrigued me, because most MMOs don't have that. Some do, but most don't. So I opted to do that. So, but pets in Guild Wars 2 are very lackluster. Like, if you take a decent Ranger and you look at how much DPS they do, and how much of that DPS is coming from their pet, it's like less than 10% of their DPS comes from the freaking tiger or bear next to them. It's an incredibly pittance of an amount of damage. So, if that might change and some of the damage might shift from the Ranger to the pet, I'm extremely intrigued on that, and that's what I want to test with the coming Beast Mastery changes. That said, you know, that is going to be just a possibility. And then they're also doing that change with Warriors. City Ruins, there we go. Okay, we got it. Alright, so you guys... We're going to start heading home. Pledge of Strife. Pick a new tone. Coming back to the game after a long time, last played Living World Season 1. All the build guides reference elite specs. Do those completely outclass the base class lines? What's up, Alec Wayne? Okay, so elite specializations in Guild Wars 2, for the most part, they're better. There are some exceptions. So, some examples are in PvP. You can be a core Necro and still be a very formidable opponent in PvP. But if you are in PvE right? PvE, what matters, okay? It's like, do you provide a buff to the party that they don't have? Are you the healer for the party? Or are you, what's your damage, right? So, in terms of damage, like, a warrior does damage, a berserker does more damage. A ranger does damage, a soul beast does more damage. So, if you are playing as a DPS, the answer is yes. In PvE, elite specs are typically better. As a healer, there are a couple of things that can heal in the core game, such as an engineer with a medkit. However, they don't provide many buffs. If you're a scrapper and you're healing, you're also giving the group quickness, which is 50% faster speed on all abilities, which is, insane. If you're a mechanist and you're healing, which is another type of engineer, you are also providing alacrity, which reduces everyone's cooldowns. So pretty much all of the best healers are elite specs, and in terms of raw damage. But again, in PvP, which is a game mode where your raw numbers are not the only thing that matters, like a PvP, it's your whole kit, right? Like you need to have stun breaks, you need to have condition cleanse, you need to have some survivability so you don't get one shot, you need to have mobility to get around, you need to have some damage, some healing. In those game modes, core classes are still quite deadly because they've got a more well-rounded kit. Hopefully that made sense. I don't recognize this. Is this new? I was gonna get Cold Dark. What is this? Tome of Torment. Just do Torment. 8%. So frost damage, lose morale. Agonize. Enemy units have a 90% chance of gaining 3 stacks of Torment until end of combat. If the unit uses an ability, they take damage and lose morale, but then lose 1 stack of this effect. Oh, it's like Confusion from Guild Wars. Target race embraces pain, and when hit by an attack, gain morale and a random buff. What the heck? Huh. Alright, hang on a sec. What was... So I was going to do Cold Dark. Trying to remember, does hang on. Structures. Where's the thing that's spreading sunless? I think it's this. Okay, so I think sunless would stack with the ice thing. Wait, what is that? Oh no, that's been there. Alright, I'm gonna get Cold Dark first and try to go the new tome after.
Light brings both warmth and hope.
That's done. Warden can expand. Pharaoh sent a war party. Okay. Alright. These guys are still coming over. I'll wait till they get closer. And you guys keep pillaging. That's giving me a lot of money and food. This can expand. Fey touched enchant. I'm kind of hoping that, like Archon Prophecy, that